You're listening to the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
90.5. That was it. Hi, you're listening to the Morning App. Wow, what a weekend. Hi, I'm Peter.
Good morning, guys. It's Pruitt.
And Ben.
How was your weekend? You too.
I honestly don't even remember what I did.
I remember what I did. Nothing. Not a good weekend.
Exciting stuff, guys.
Why were you? What the heck happened to your weekend?
Yeah, so all of my roommates were gone this weekend, which was really sad for me. And then a lot of our friends also decided, like, oh, everyone's leaving. We should also go home. I did not go home. I was
Why?
here.
Thanksgiving's literally in like 2 weeks.
I know. Yeah, just that little like preview for the Thanksgiving break. You know.
They're stupid.
So I was hanging out at Boonside, which was fine. It was fun, but it like really threw off my routine because I was like the people I usually hang out with all the time and live with.
Yeah, the usual rotation.
The usual
Right.
suspects.
Yeah. So led to like really strange events, but kind of like off kilter. I had fun. It was a good time. I hung out with different folks than I usually do. Spent time with my brother who was here as well. I have a twin.
You have a twin?
I
Yeah,
do,
he does.
yeah. Twin brother.
Ah.
He's also walking around campus, fraternal, so not like in a
Okay.
cool
What's
way.
his name?
Yeah, Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah, shout out
What's
to
up, Mitchell?
here on the morning app. But
Mitchell Norris.
yeah, so yesterday I like parked my car at the library with one of my friends. Why? I don't know, because I
It's
was
a place to
meeting-
park.
Like, where were you going?
I was meeting people at the library. You know, studious young students on Sunday. Again, my roommates were gone. I had nothing
You're
going on.
studying?
I had nothing else to do, Peter.
Girl.
Yeah, wasn't proud of that, but then I went and saw a movie in Virginia with Clyde, one of our guys here.
Why Virginia?
Because it was the only place playing The French Dispatch.
Oh, how is it? I've heard it's really good.
So good. We adored it. Really, really great, but very limited release, hence the drive up to Abingdon. In Clyde's car, not mine. So mine is at the library, and that's why I'm so disheveled.
It's
this
like an
morning.
hour and 20-minute drive.
Yeah, it's a really
I know my
pretty
distance.
Drive. Really, really pretty drive.
Dang.
Though.
Speaking of family, I actually did remember my mom came up, and that was a hoot.
Really? Why was she up here?
She wanted to come on Parents Weekend, and I was like, no.
That was a while ago.
I know, and I was like, no. Everyone comes on Parents Weekend. Just
Yeah.
come a random weekend. So that was this weekend, and I didn't have to do the football game. And it's a chore, man. Like I've never. I mean, like let me give you an
Ben's
example.
mom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my mom too, but also, I mean, come on now. We were at Basil's. She's like, let's go to eat. And this is how it is every time. My mom is a Karen, bruh. My mom.
No.
Really?
No.
Yes. If you're listening, Mom, fix your ways. She is like a genuinely nice person, but when in certain settings, she's terrible, and I have to let her know.
Yeah.
Like, I have to let her know. Me and Lila are waiting for her to get there. By the way, reservations at 8. They close at 9. It's like 8:10.
no.
It's like 8:10, and she's not there. Me and Lila are just eating on an appetizer.
This is
we're
Basil's?
sitting. Yeah, we're sitting at the table by the door. And I text her and I'm like, we are at table right by door when you walk in. And this is when I knew. I was like, oh, it's going to be a long night. First text back, it's not cold by door, is it? And I was like, oh my God. I like showed it to Lila. We're like, she's going to go Karen
Was she
mode.
upset that you didn't already started eating?
No, it was
I'm
the fact that we
confused.
just thought she was going to walk in and be like, it's cold. I need another table.
Oh, she like wasn't even
possible
there yet.
temperature.
Yeah, wasn't
Still.
even there yet.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, this is happening, and she's not even here yet. But I just had to deal with that kind of stuff the whole night. I could go into more and more detail, but I don't want to take up too much time. But I think I just mentally drowned that from my weekend, and that's why I forgot.
One of my
brought up
biggest-
family. And
One of my biggest fears is dating. I'm not even joking. Like in terms of relationship, is starting to like date someone seriously, and their parents are terrible when it goes. Like I meet them, not necessarily to me, but
Just
to,
in general.
Yeah, like if they're, I will say something, or either will say something, or I'll be like, I'm really sorry, I have to go. It's just like it's too awkward. You know, I know we all have our self-centered moments, but like. I can't deal with people who are rude to servers.
me neither.
It's so weird.
And that's the thing. My mom is so weird.
I know, yeah, I believe that.
Because my mom like tips a good amount because I make sure of it.
Right.
Like, and she does that without me doing anything.
Sure.
And she's not like. my mom is just passive aggressive as like
Get out.
possible.
Move out.
Yeah, like
Passive
I
aggressive
just
boots.
it's just tiring. Now I really don't want to go home for Thanksgiving.
So Peter, did you see any family members over the weekend unexpectedly?
I don't talk to my family.
Got it.
Like, not,
He only texts his mom
I text
every
my mom.
morning on the.
I
the
text
morning
my mom
app.
texts me when she's watching the morning app. I text her when I need money.
Right.
Um,
Great relationship.
yeah, my family and I do not talk. I have a very, very
Right.
big family, but they are anything but close. I talk to my grandmother and my aunt sometimes, and I'd love to see them. Honestly, before I graduate, I'd really love to see that part of my family, but it's just very difficult because they live pretty far away. And like I'd have to take a plane. I mean, I could drive, but that'd be suicide.
Right.
By myself. So. My family has never visited here. The only time they have, my dad always says he wants to, but I'm like, what would we do? They came up to help me move. I hope they'll come to help me move out because that's gonna be really, really difficult.
Yeah.
I got 2 skinny chicken arms, and I mean, my parents can't really help with lifting either. They're getting old. Sorry, Mom. She'd be like, "Don't call me old." She was talking about me because my birthday's coming up, and she was talking to me about her birthday. She was like, I was talking about how I was struggling to find anything to do for my birthday, and she was like, "Just wait until you're 54. You won't have anything to do to your birthday. You've had it all." I'm like, "Mama."
Sad.
Peter, I
Debbie
was going to
Downer.
bring that up because it's your birthday tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Are we celebrating Monday show or Wednesday show? What are we
I
doing?
don't remember that's my birthday. Like, this week I'm filming for a short film like 4 days in a row.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Saturday, dude, I almost had to me and Ben are hanging out Saturday. I almost had to cancel. Like, legitimately, we were doing filming here yesterday, and I was like, we were all trying to get in our schedules, and like, there's like barely any time because our production window, which means like our equipment checkout ends Sunday. You want to know how much we filmed?
How much?
We just started filming.
Oh no.
Period.
Excellent.
I'm trying to organize something for Friday on my birthday, like Friday dinner. But
Uh-huh.
Friday we're supposed to film, so I'm like, well, afterwards I might have to just change. And then I still haven't like reserved, and I haven't even asked people like, hey, are you free this day?
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's really difficult, and I wanted to do something. I don't know. I would have people over at my place for the one time ever, but like I said, my roommates are really gross, and I can't
Roommates,
expect it. And I already have to ask them, which I haven't yet, since we're filming at my apartment on Friday. I'm like, you guys cannot be here. Sorry. That's whatever. We're talking a lot. That's all the boring stuff.
Interpersonal life.
Yeah,
Boring,
just 7
man.
minutes of ranting.
Y'all want to know about my life. No one wants to hear about my life.
Not true.
Wait. Well, Pruitt won't be able to hear it, but
Wow. Twitter update.
Twitter update. I heard it
Yeah.
through
I did too.
the. Yeah.
Did too.
a North Carolina man, Dante Sharp, who was wrongfully imprisoned for 24 years, is pardoned for a murder he did not commit.
Let's go.
A murder he's long said he had not commit, and he's able to apply for $750,000 worth in compensation, and he deserves every single penny of
That is not enough.
Yeah.
At all.
24 years.
It's like
Yeah.
your entire life.
That is terrible.
Literally, it is a whole life.
Yeah, the amount of people that have stories about this is like sickening.
I always feel so bad.
And I mean, I'm gonna be real here, cause Twitter update. We gotta be
Twitter
real on the
update.
morning app.
Uh-oh.
You want to know why we see so many stories about this? I'm looking at you, camera. I'm looking at you, listener.
Oh my God.
Cause racism. That's why. And I'm not. That's not fabricated. That's absolutely facts.
It's just unfortunate. Like, I always get so sad when like I hear it because like I'm such a person who I see too much of life as like a huge block of time, and so when I literally see 24 years of it just taken up, it's just so sad.
Yeah.
No, it's brutal. There's a really great documentary that I recommend to all our listeners in the morning app called Time. It came out last year. It was nominated for an Oscar. I think you can watch it on Amazon. It's only like an hour and 20 minutes. Highly recommend everyone checks it out. It's about wrongful incarceration. Excuse me.
I will check it out.
Yeah.
In lighter news, I brought that up first because I think it's one of the heaviest stories, and I was just like, dang, $750,000 of money is
Yeah,
just
the-
like,
The amount of disrespect. Oh my goodness.
And he had to get pardoned by like when that happens, you have to get pardoned by like the governor.
Right.
Like it was the governor who had to step in and like
Roy?
finally say, yeah, it sounded like
Roy.
it. I
Roy?
skimmed the article because it was, it makes me sad and like sad things. I'm like, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to read this.
Sure.
But I thought it was important to know because it's just like, yeah, that stuff still happens. And I think I don't know. Normally I don't like to talk too much about politics on this, but I was like, I think that's pertinent information for everyone to know. Anyways.
That's
later.
not even politics.
No, it's just
Well,
That's just
you can
yeah.
very easily turn it into something political.
justice.
I actually, yeah, you want to get political? I'm looking at you again, camera. I hate. No, I hate when people say, let's not get political, and it's not even political. It's a human rights issue or something like that.
True.
Like, stop saying, I don't want to talk about politics.
Right.
It's not politics.
Ben,
it's life. It's people. It's human rights. Like,
I'm not laughing
what?
at him, sorry.
Like, sorry, I'm looking at you.
I do believe it's
Camera.
And like, I didn't expect this energy from Ben. That's all I'm saying. Anyways,
Wow. Twitter update.
has
I'm
anyone?
doing this every time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You missed this. You missed it.
I did miss this.
It's from Glee.
Yeah.
Anyways, a lot of Taylor Swift news. Does anyone actually care about her?
I care about Taylor Swift.
Oh, why do you
Yeah.
care?
Why do I care? I have just listened to a lot of Taylor Swift growing up. I'm also a big Phoebe Bridgers fan, and so I'm
Oh yeah, they're like best friends.
delighted by the Phoebe Bridgers Taylor Swift stuff from this weekend.
I have said before, I don't think I've said it on the air, and I'm not counting you. The worst people I've ever met are Taylor Swift fans. Not all Taylor Swift fans are bad people, but I swear to God, the most obnoxious people I've ever met in my life are like diehard Taylor Swift fans. I'm like, why? And the most, no offense, racist people I've ever met.
Swifties.
And I'm like, Taylor Swift is not. She's so cool. Like, why do people like?
Don't bring her down.
Yeah, for real. Anyways, a lot of stuff have happened because, as people know, in fact, I know we're gonna go to break soon. We'll probably be coming out with Taylor Swift and coming back in with Taylor Swift because a lot of stuff happened with her. So have you? I'm sure you have.
I have.
Have you heard of the like whole project?
Yeah,
she's up
I was about to say my whole Twitter feed, 50% of it has been Cam Newton, and 50% of it has been Taylor Swift.
There's like every few days, like there's like a word I'll mute for a few days, and Taylor was one of them. I muted Taylor when Lord's album came out. I muted Lord because I didn't like the album. Period.
I like Lord though.
I do, but not that album. That album was a flop. I'm sorry. Because I love Lord. Like
Right.
her first album, Pure Heroine, is like one of my top favorites, and I am like the lone person I know who says that it's her better album because everyone likes melodrama and I do not. Anyways, Taylor Swift, her favorite drink is now available at Starbucks as like, I don't know, something you can order. Can I get the Taylor, the
Very
tea swizzle?
Mm.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
A grande caramel non-fat latte. I can't speak. And if you ask for Taylor's latte or Taylor's version,
That's awesome.
I'm out.
Just because I don't think we've said it on air for our listeners who don't know.
Sorry, God.
Taylor Swift had this big like to do with her old record label, who has the rights to her masters for all of her albums, and a master is like the definitive copy that. Like you own the song. It's like an NFT, but for your music.
It's before NFTs were a thing.
Exactly right. But
it's to be specific, it's the recorded music. It isn't the actual melody
or whatever, but it is that recording. And so all of Taylor's old albums, like the ones some of us know and love.
This one is probably the one that a lot of people really do
Right.
know.
Taylor does not own. So what she's been doing is going back through and re-recording all of those albums and then putting them back out with name of song, name of album, Taylor's version. So she just did that with her album Red, which is what some of her hits are from, like I Knew You Were Trouble, 22.
Which I'm going to be playing tomorrow.
Right. Red, All Too Well, all of that. So that re-recorded version just came out this weekend.
Well, that was like her first album where she started really going into pop music, right? Yeah, that's why a lot of people probably recognize it.
Yeah.
She's not doing them. I believe she's not releasing her albums, re-releasing her albums sequentially, though.
She's not. It's been a random order so far.
Did she do 1989?
No, she started with Fearless. She did a single off of 1989.
Oh, interesting.
She re-recorded Wildest Dreams, and then she did Red. So I don't know what's
Wait,
going on
Wildest
next.
Dreams is a different album than 1989?
No, it's the single.
The
off it.
single, okay. Wait, so how many albums? This is just her second?
This is just her second.
Really? I thought she did more. Because I that was the one thing when I heard about that, I was like, Okay, respect. That
Right,
is so much respect because like that.
So awesome.
You don't need to do that. I mean, yeah, you don't get your money as much if you don't do it otherwise. But I don't know. That's a lot of work and stuff. But I guess when you're as well known as her.
And it's worth it.
Yeah. There's more Taylor Swift news that we'll talk about after the break.
I know. I thought we were gonna talk about the other stuff.
What? We'll be back.
These crazy college kids, they don't know what they're talking about.
The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Blanks from University Communications here in the Beaver College of Health Sciences. It's the 10-year anniversary of the Beaver College and we're going to interview some nursing students. Come along with me. Guess how old the Beaver College of Health Sciences is?
I don't know.
No idea?
Nope.
Care to wager a guess?
5 years.
No, you're almost there. We'll keep going around until we find somebody maybe who knows. So, how do you like the Beaver College of Health Sciences thus far?
I love it. It's been a really fun time making relationships with all my classmates, and the faculty are very great. They're very caring, and it's not something I expected. I didn't expect them to care as much about me as they do, and so it's been really nice in this hard time going through nursing school.
Why did you want to be a nurse?
Well, when I was little, I had cancer, so just seeing like how the nurses helped my mom and like how she still really like thinks about the nurses and how much they did for her, I wanted to do that for other people.
What would this be called? This thing, like if you were going to look on Amazon, it must have a name, right?
It's called Seymour Butts.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
It totally is Seymour. So what do you like about the Beaver College of Health Sciences? Can you share with me something that you enjoy about it?
Yeah, I mean, what do you not like about it? It's honestly beautiful. We have everything available to us. Like as nursing students, I feel like I have like the most opportunities I would ever need. Just having like labs like this to kind of simulate like a real patient experience, that's definitely a highlight for me. It's just been a blessing to be able to go here.
Do you feel like you're doing good?
Of course.
I love your confidence. Is he going to be all right? Of course.
He'll be just fine.
He's good. Did you know how old the Beaver College of Health Sciences is? Can you guess?
10 years?
Oh my gosh, you got it. Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. We have this arm for you. I brought nothing for you, but yeah, how about a hand? Yeah, give her a hand. So I understand that you received a scholarship, is that correct?
Yes, I am part of the Beaver Scholars here, and with that, hopefully I am able to get into the nursing program.
What made you want to be a nurse?
Well, it all started with just experiences back at home with having not having accessible health care for my parents and the majority of the people who live in my town. I always saw the struggle there of people trying to find ways of getting health care and being able to afford it as well.
It seems like the scholarship has made a big impact in your life.
Oh, of course, yes. It's helped my family. Part of my graduating class, maybe 20, 30 students made it out to college. So that's something big and like something I'm proud of.
Did y'all know that the Beaver College of Health Sciences is having an anniversary, like right now?
Oh, it's 10 years, right?
How many? Yeah, 10. She
Crazy.
got it. Yeah. Good job. You knew. Yeah, 10 years. Thank you for your support of the Beaver College of Health Sciences and its students. Happy 10th anniversary to the Beaver College. Your support of these students is clearly having an impact on their lives now and will for years to come. Thanks so much and have a great one.
WASU. I'm a tall, cool glass of pink lemonade. Who else do we have with us?
I'm a tall as well glass of Kool-Aid, I guess. I'm wearing a red shirt. It's Pruitt. Good morning.
And Ben.
First of all, I'm wearing something like lavender. That was not a joke on that. I just thought of something. I just wanted to say something that wasn't me.
Oh, heard. I thought you were like commenting on the fact that you were wearing
I know.
kind of pink.
It's
And I was like,
lavender.
I don't know if that's pink, but hey.
It's a lavender limeade from Lily's, not sponsored. Speaking of not sponsored, we've been talking a lot about Taylor Swift's latest album, which I know sounds weird for three guys on a morning show, but you know what? It's 2021.
I think Taylor Swift defies like
Yes.
gendered norms. Yeah.
And you know what? It's 2021. Postmodernism. Let's go. T Swizzle on Red was making headlines for her album that is re-released. I don't remember the song, but she has a song that she had written at the time. I think it was probably one of the ones that was like most well known as like making that reputation she had for like, I'm writing a song because I broke up with you.
Yeah.
Which minorly is misogynistic. But regardless, it was about Jake Gyllenhaal, and people were like, oh, I wonder how Jake Gyllenhaal feels about a song, hearing that song again. And I don't think anyone cared. I don't even think he cared.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Jake Gyllenhaal seems like a really chill dude. He's apparently a weird guy though. Like he's
a weird dude.
Yeah, into just not showering and
he's one of those celebrities.
Whatnot. Yeah, very cool. So I think he's probably just like, oh sweet, music about me, moved on with his life.
Well, okay. Apparently, there's like a really. I don't know the Taylor Swift lore. There's like a story behind it. Like apparently she.
I think I know it because half my timeline has like the shortened version. Apparently.
Why is your time?
Like he used to gaslight her, and say like you're not remembering it correctly or blah blah blah, and then she had a line that, or I don't know if it was a song name or a line, but it was like, I remember it all too well.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you said that, it is.
Right,
yeah.
she released the 10-minute version of that song.
Yes, it's 10 minutes long, and she had like, I read this a little bit ago. There's a story about her when she was like hanging out at his cabin or something, and then she left her favorite scarf there. It was very 2010.
Right.
I was like, what? You wrote apparently it's legendary lore for Taylor Swift fans. That's all I know.
So what you're saying, Peter, is that we're about to do for the next 10 minutes of the show an a cappella rendition
of All Too Well.
Of All Too Well.
Yeah, and I know none of the words.
I don't either. I think it'd be perfect.
Well, the last project that she's undergoing, which a lot of people are hyped about, is I was mentioning this on the break. Taylor Swift is actually doing music that she didn't release from the vault. That's like what they're called, from the vault. And one of them, I do not remember the title for. She's releasing a music video along with it, and it's being teased. And it's directed by Blake Lively, which I love unconventional directors. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, interesting.
Olivia Wilde did Booksmart, and that was like her directorial premiere, and that was like really well. Like a lot of people love how it was directed.
Great movie. Yeah.
That's all. That's all the Taylor Swift news, I swear. But
Twitter update.
Wait, it didn't play. Hold on. I can do it again.
Twitter update.
Wow. Twitter update.
Don't take this from me.
I'm not.
Wicked musical. I mentioned as a joke. Remember, I mentioned a few shows ago. People were saying, "Do not let James Corden be on the Wicked musical."
Is he in the Wicked?
He is not. Thank God. But they announced who is playing Glinda and Elphaba.
Is it not Idina Menzel?
No.
Huh.
Well, I mean, it's the Wicked musical movie. Sorry, let me clarify. It is Ariana Grande as Glinda.
Okay.
And I do not know. I think she's an Oscar winner. I did not hear her name before, but Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba.
No way.
Who is she?
Very cool. Cynthia Erivo. She's a really, really great actress. Let me pull up her IMDb, but she's very talented.
At first, I think a lot of people maybe our older listeners will be like, Ariana Grande, her as an actress, but no, she started off as an actress and she was pretty good. So I'm kind of like, it's almost like Selena Gomez. I don't think makes the greatest music, but I think she's like one of the greatest actresses of that weird like Disney Nickelodeon girl era. She's like an amazing actress. And so
isn't she in the what's the show with Steve Martin?
Only Murders. But
I do not think she's good in that. I don't think she's bad because I read a lot of reviews where people were just kind of like hated on her, but like she was just very like there,
Sure. Well,
I'm gagged.
Fortunately, she's a super talented voice.
Of course,
that is really beautiful. Yeah. And since this is a musical and a very theatrical, bombastic performance, I feel like it's
her and the original Glinda, Kristen Chenoweth are cool. So
right, and Cynthia Erivo, you guys might remember from the Harriet Tubman movie a couple years ago.
Bad Times at the El Royale.
And if you saw Bad Times at the El Royale, it's an awesome thriller from 2018. Yeah. She's great. Very, very cool.
I'm down for that. She's going. I mean, I don't know much about Wicked, but I know like thousands of theater musical people just like had a heart attack in a good way.
I'm just glad the movie's finally happening. I think it was in like production.
It's crazy to think that it hasn't been a movie
for a while. Yeah.
I mean, how many musicals that like nobody wants to see on the screen were made? Cats.
I know. Oh my goodness.
Have you seen Cats? Have we talked about Cats on air?
We have, but we have not seen it.
Yeah, no. I thought about watching it just to like, so I could see for myself.
Over Christmas, y'all should watch Cats. We should have a Cats episode.
Yeah, man.
Cats is hysterical. I love it.
I'd be down.
Speaking of old school things that I guess are kind of back in the common zeitgeist, Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker shared a picture of them in costume for the upcoming Hocus Pocus 2 movie.
Is that happening?
It is happening. I thought it would be released by Halloween, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Does anyone have a special like affinity towards that movie?
No.
I've actually never seen it.
I did, and I didn't get it. I don't know why people love it so much.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, well, there I am. Sorry for the people who do care about this movie.
Yeah, the Hocus Pocus stands.
And lastly, before like one other thing that we'll do, famed anti-Semite and occasional actor Mel Gibson confirms he is acting and directing in Lethal Weapon 5.
Oh, God.
Lovely.
I'm not a big Mel Gibson fan, but I know a lot of people like Lethal Weapon.
I can't say I'm a big Mel Gibson fan.
I'm a big, yeah. Was me reading that article title in that way kind of shady? Yes. And I stand by it.
A little leading.
You stand by Mel Gibson?
No, stand by that. I wrote that.
God, Peter.
I wrote that. I do not like Mel. I don't care about action movies, so it's like, oh, Lethal Weapon 5. Oh, I don't think there should ever be a movie where there's a 5th edition of it.
No.
Yeah.
Like Fast and Furious 24.
24.
Imagine we're going to be like 40 and a kid we know might be like, I want to go see Fast and Furious 23.
We were emulating Fast and Furious earlier. They were talking about family, you know.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
I don't understand. I'm like, well, maybe there's like an exception. Like people really like James Bond, and like that's had like several editions.
25.
And it's spanned.
Right.
I don't know if that's like the same thing, because I guess they're mixing up the actors.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just because James Bond is a character that's so well known. I don't know the characters in Lethal Weapon, or if they're that cool enough to like have their own stories and stuff.
You have Danny Glover's
actor,
dad.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I think he's also going to be. I believe he's also in Lethal Weapon 5. But
Okay.
Mel Gibson's directing it.
Well,
so.
we will not be seeing that here in the morning out.
Sorry. There's more though. There is more, but we're gonna go take a break now because it's kind of a packed thing, and it's about Disney Plus Day and all of the newly released projects. Because I thought we would really want to go into that. We'll be right back.
These crazy college kids, they don't know what they're talking about.
The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
When one arrives in Boone, you pretty quickly feel embraced by the mountains. The same thing happens here at the university. When you are a student here at the College of Business, you're embraced by the Appalachian community.
The name Appalachian State University, it means something, and it connects with people. The experience goes beyond academics. There's a culture here. Everywhere I go, I wear that golden A. I take pride in that. It's not something that you find everywhere.
One of the things that's great about Appalachian is it has the resources of a big school, but the small school community.
Professors here take such an important view of how they can impact the lives of students.
That's the reason why we're here, supporting the students, seeing that they're successful both in their time here and then as they graduate.
We have a remarkable connection between faculty and students.
We have some of the leading voices in the field, so it really creates an intellectually vibrant environment.
You have the smaller class sizes, we have the high faculty engagement, and it really sets us apart.
These students are phenomenal. These students are, in my opinion, going to be the change seekers and change makers in the world, not only through their professional skills, but also because of the passion they have got for making this world a better place.
A lot of people think of school as coming to the classroom and then going home and doing homework. At the Walker College, it's not like that. really trying to rethink how we deliver education, what the purpose of education is. Really trying to break that hierarchy of the professor being out in front with all the great ideas and instead saying, you know what, everybody has great ideas.
They're figuring out those solutions through innovative thinking, through an innovative process.
Innovation is the edge. We are trying very hard to push our students to think in ways that they can not only think outside the box, but what kind of positive impact they will be able to make in the world.
Having these different opportunities really sets our college apart.
We're trying to prepare the leaders of tomorrow by giving them ways of thinking about problems so they come up with solutions that are meaningful.
The students hit the ground running. They are the most technically competent, ready to go day one students. You know, when you get out into the business environment, that's the attitude you have to have.
Hiring an Appalachian graduate, as an employer, I know that I've got someone who can come in and hit the ground running.
One of the phrases you'll hear used often in the College of Business is business for good. We want our students going out in the world and helping to make it better by using business practices that can help.
I'm thankful for the transformational experience that Appalachian has given me. This college has shaped me both as a person and I think a servant leader.
Being a Mountaineer and being part of the Walker College of Business has shaped who I am today.
I'm really excited to enter the workforce with the skills that I've gained here.
For me, Appalachian really represents family. You know, I don't know where I would be without my Appalachian experience. I'm proud to be a Mountaineer in so many ways.
Any student that comes out of the Walker College of Business is extraordinarily prepared to be successful and to make a difference in the world.
If you want to be able to work side by side with faculty, students, staff, community, partners, and industry, we want you to be part of our family.
Ben was showing me something while I was playing the intro, so if like for a second you saw my camera and I was just gone like a ghost, and here I am again, things happened. Hi, I'm Peter Cooper.
The ghost. Hey, it's Pruitt. I am a ghost hunter.
Yeah, I'm Ben.
Well, I had mentioned Hocus Pocus 2, and that was like the beginning little thing of like all the things that got announced on Disney Plus Day, which I think was yesterday? No, it was a little bit ago. It was over the weekend, which like announced and like re-teased a bunch of stuff coming to Disney Plus. I was hyped. They released the Proud Family trailer. I'm kind of hyped. I'm not like a huge fan of the Proud Family, but it's really good. And I think they're doing sort of what they did with iCarly, and not the same sense of completely aging it up, but I like saw one reference to something that was like, what? Like as an adult, I was like, oh, interesting. But other stuff that got announced. I think we might have talked about this, Pruitt. You might not have actually been on the show yet, but
Maybe so.
The WandaVision spin-off series they're doing with Agatha. How do you feel about that? It's called Agatha, House of Harkness.
Right, so I feel fine about it. I really liked her character on WandaVision. Catherine Hahn is
so good.
Extremely talented. I think she can carry her own show. Whether it's kind of more a comedic thing or like stuff that gets into maybe the witchier side of that whole spectrum of the MCU, I'll be curious to see. But if it's just Catherine Hahn doing like her witch comedy bit with some like dark comedy thrown in there, I'll be very excited.
I'm confused. That's all I'll say.
From like the storyline?
Yeah, because I know, like WandaVision was only, which I'm fine. I loved WandaVision. As I said, I was hyped before it even came out. It was loosely inspired by several comic book storylines. House of M is like a really big one, but not really, honestly. Right. Agatha Harkness is nothing like how she is in that show, which is fine. That's just the truth. I didn't mind her character much, but I'm confused on like what are they doing? Are they doing an origin story of her, which they kind of already did? Are they doing what she's like left in the Hex? Because I think she got left in the. Sorry, spoiler alert for WandaVision. I just opinions.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I had to guess,
did you watch WandaVision?
Yeah. Oh, I loved WandaVision.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with it too. I like her and her character, but that's a good point. I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
This will be like a year or two out, you know, from even seeing airtime. So I guess we'll see what happens in like the Doctor Strange movie where Wanda will be reappearing.
Probably as a villain again.
Right, all of her peripheral characters. But yes, I'm excited. I'm pumped about it.
And other Marvel news, we didn't get any trailers or anything, but we got the first like shots of She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and the Miss Marvel series.
Yeah.
I'm personally really hype about Moon Knight. Moon Knight is such an underrated Marvel character. If y'all want to know someone super dope, read the Moon Knight comic book series. It's been a minute. Really good. I don't want to give anything away. He just has a really cool origin story that I think is dope. And the She-Hulk one, I don't know anything about what the plot is, but I've always thought she's a really cool character because she is the lawyer that represents other superheroes within the comic book series.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about like crime court procedural dramas. I love court dramas, and if we get like a superhero court drama, like even more so than Daredevil, I'm very here.
I don't even know. I can't even find the pictures on. I see the Moon Knight pictures, but on this article, I can't even see the She-Hulk one. So I don't know if it's gonna be about that or what. That's just what it's always like slightly funny to me. I think it's purposely done. That's just like it's a green like really muscular lady in this super like just like a lawyer's. There's pictures of it in the comic books. It is always very funny to me.
So awesome.
Yeah, right now I'm watching every Marvel movie in order of like when it happens in the Marvel universe. So not like when it was released.
So like Captain America is one of the first ones, right?
Yeah, like the first Captain America, the World War II one, and then Captain Marvel is next
Yeah, so the
because that's set in 95. Yeah, and that is fun. But I'm like up to. I skipped because I skipped the Hulk one.
It's like
Have you seen Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
That was like the first MCU movie.
It was the second one after Iron Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it just was not great in my opinion. It's kind of funny how some of those earlier Marvel movies are just not very good.
Right. I watched it for the first time like way earlier this semester. The last third of that movie is like a PS2 cutscene. It's all animated. The reviews at the time were like, "This is all animated." It is insane.
Sounds crunchy.
It's nuts. Didn't age well.
No.
The last two Marvel cinematic things, which a lot of people don't know that Big Hero 6 is actually Marvel. People do not know that. Big Hero 6 is technically a Marvel series. It's not, you know. Yeah. Fun fact.
Right.
They're making a Baymax series, and then they're also doing another animated series for Spider-Man. I think it's called The Freshman Years.
Spider-Man Freshman
Is it going to be animated the same way as Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
I doubt that.
Oh,
no way.
That was sick.
No, this is like another Peter Parker retelling.
But the cool thing about this one is that I think it's set in the MCU. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the freshman year for the MCU Spider-Man, like in high school.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Because that's a different Peter Parker.
Right.
I'm down with that. The only thing is, streaming animated shows always look a little crunchy.
Yep.
So I'm not looking, because I mean the last
Crunchy.
like
You've heard that. You've used that twice now. You're starting to use crunchy more.
Yeah, crunchy.
That's a new Peter slang.
Nah, yeah, sorry.
Shitless here on the morning hour.
Disheveled. They look a little disheveled, and it's just not gonna be. I'm like the last one that came out already was, and it was on like primetime television on the Disney Channel. It also looked bad. So I'm like, uh-oh. Don't disrespect Spider-Man for me again, please.
The movie with our like Disney Plus budget will just really have a really well animated Spider-Man tale.
I don't know. I don't know what else that really came out that we. Oh,
the Star Wars.
Yeah, let's say there's a Boba Fett show. Wait.
That's fire.
Book of Boba Fett, which I think is a continuation of The Mandalorian for people who were really into Mando. But the most exciting thing for me is the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Who's playing him?
Ewan McGregor.
Let's go. I was about to say.
Here's the biggest news, guys. Hayden Christensen is coming back as Anakin / Darth Vader in this show.
That's
fire.
Wait, so how are they going to do that? Because they've aged significantly
Right,
since
it's set
then.
10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
But Obi-Wan Kenobi is...
So it'll be like new Darth Vader, right? Or no?
No, Hayden, back from the prequels. It'll be Anakin playing Darth Vader.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like it's after Revenge of the Sith, so it's like fresh Darth Vader.
But before Obi dies.
Yeah.
Right. It's just squarely in the middle of the
Sweet,
movies.
that makes sense.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I think it'll be awesome. He was in the little spot they released for it, because there's no trailer. It's only concept art, but they were just talking. And Ewan McGregor was like, guys, I'm not gonna say anything, but like there will be some lightsaber fights between me
Shocker.
and Darth Vader. We're like, okay, sweet. Sounds great.
Surprise.
I know.
I know The Mandalorian was like super well received, so if they have any sort of writing overlap, I'm sure it'll be great. They are doing a documentary special on Boba Fett. That's what I was reading.
That'll be cool.
Which I'm confused how you're doing a documentary on a fictional character.
Just following his rise in the culture, probably. Like,
I don't know.
I've read like some think pieces about this, and apparently Boba Fett, like, even though he only got a tiny amount of screen time in the original movies, became a massive.
He was
phenomenon.
not planned on being what he is to like everyone.
There's like this crazy story about like this action figure of him that had this jetpack that like shot missiles out of it, and people were like obsessed with that action figure before it came out. And now it's like mega valuable. So
I was always into Boba.
You were into Boba?
What?
What'd you say?
I was always into Boba.
Oh no.
Fed.
Yeah, that's had his eye on the eBay bids for this action figure for years.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I had a one of my favorite high school teachers was like a huge Star Wars fan. He at Christmas time, I think it'll show up in my Snapchat pictures of like yesteryear. He has an inflatable Chewbacca with a stocking.
That's funny.
So.
What's his best Chewbacca impression?
Me? I'm not doing that.
No, not right now.
I'll try to do mine. Ready?
Oh God. I'm out. I went on a date with someone who was a huge Star Wars fan. I tried watching it, and I didn't think it was bad, but I mean, sci-fi and action are like two of my least favorite genres.
Really?
So, and it was four, which has like little to no, which I'm not dunking on for it. It was A New Hope, which has little to no action, honestly.
But Death Star blows up. It's awesome.
It's minor. Like, there's only two, I think, maybe three major scenes of action. The rest of it's a lot of story, which is fine. I thought it was okay. And then I think I watched The Empire Strikes Back, the one with Hoth.
Yep.
That one was okay. I didn't think it was bad.
Awesome.
I was about to say that's a top tier one.
Right.
So.
I thought it was okay, but I wouldn't be like, I'm so excited to watch the next one. That it just didn't click with me.
Sorry. Just was reminded of this thinking about Disney Plus Day. There's one more big piece of Disney Plus news, which is the Cars TV show.
Girl, I was skipping over
about the Cars TV show.
Lightning McQueen.
Cars on the road. They're bringing Larry the Cable Guy and Owen Wilson back to voice their characters.
Oh God.
And I don't know anything about it except there's concept art of Mater and Lightning McQueen with dinosaur monster trucks.
Everything about this sounds hysterical.
Sounds awful.
Right. I will probably watch an episode or two. I can't lie to you guys.
Girl.
I totally forgot Owen Wilson does what's his face.
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Ka-chow?
Ka-chow. I know.
Kachuga. Yeah.
I don't have Disney Plus, and I don't think I'll get it. But
I have one. You can log in with me.
Shut up. Is it on the Nintendo Switch?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Then I won't be able to use it anyways. I mean, I guess I could use it on my laptop theoretically, but I don't.
We're a fan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, is that Larry the Cable Guy's only source of income?
Probably at this point.
If so, he's fine. He's doing fine.
Oh, I know he's doing fine. I'm just
getting his Disney Pixar royalties or whatever.
First time I've heard his name in like a decade.
I didn't know he voiced Mater until just now.
Wow.
or when I saw that story.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, Ben is going to go renew his Disney Plus sponsorship.
No, I'm going to go.
Good segue.
You're checking your not watch. What were you doing?
No, I don't have a watch. I was just checking my button, but I'm just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm preparing for the cold. I'm about to go into the. I don't know.
The break.
Antarctica.
Dude.
I was trying to think of cold places.
The wind was so loud early this morning, it woke me up.
No, we can hear it through the big 3-inch thick windows.
It was it was worse but before the sun came up. I was actually like scared, and I was like, I was about to cancel the show. I'm not even joking. I was like, if this wind continues when the sun comes up, we're not going out. It was bad, but it's better now.
Boo, North Carolina.
Boo, North Carolina. We'll be right back. Me and Pruitt, Ben. Have fun in the cold.
Thank you.
The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
In 1899, the misty ridges of northwestern North Carolina became home to a simple yet powerful vision: to transform lives and the region through the empowerment of education. Nearly 120 years later, students still feel the pull of this unique place. And Appalachian has remained grounded in the vision of our founders, providing rural access to a sterling education and serving the region. The Mountaineer passion for lifelong learning is cultivated from an early age. Right now, Appalachian's youngest Mountaineers are developing critical learning skills while also discovering that college is in their future. And when they are ready, their College on the Mountain will be ready for them.
So the children that go to school here at the Academy are from all across Forsyth County, particularly children who may be struggling readers. Our goal is to improve literacy for all students K-5, to work with them, bring in the curriculum through Appalachian State University and the Reading Clinic, and support learning across all disciplines.
The experience for a university student here at Middle Fork is really critical. We're able to show them what their practice that they're learning in the classroom looks like in action. So now we have this community of learners that aren't just little kindergarten through 5th grade students, but we also have teachers who are learning together with them. And they really are building a community that the Academy is really proud to be a part of.
So I've been teaching for 31 years, and one of the questions people always ask me is, why are you still doing this? Why aren't you retired? And my answer to them is because we finally got it right. These children are getting to interact with university professors. They are now identifying with Appalachian. They're saying, that's my college. I'm going to go to that college on the mountain. And they're very excited about that. And so now, these are children who could be first-generation college students. And they're already thinking about it and identifying as college students.
I love being here. I love being at the Academy because this is like one of the best opportunities that a principal can have. I mean, the amount of support I've had as a principal, it's just overwhelming. And I just like being a voice for children and to be a partner with the parents and a partner, on behalf of App State University. This is what I love doing, so I'm very thankful.
Still here for about 10 more minutes. Pruitt and myself, correct?
Peter, yes.
Hi. Pruitt, did you know on the 13th it was, not only one of my volunteers' birthdays, but it was also National Chicken Nugget Day?
I did not know it was National Chicken Nugget Day.
Okay, well, this is kind of sucky because we don't have a second person. I don't know if I could say sucky. I probably should have said that.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer. We don't have another person, but I do have a quiz on chicken nuggets.
Oh, fantastic.
That I made special for this. I was like, let's get weird on this one.
But you're going to be grilling me on chicken nuggets.
Grilling you. Well, none of these are grilled. They're all fried.
Right.
But
well.
How many shapes does a chicken McNugget come in?
7.
4.
4.
Do you know what any of them are called?
The Square.
No.
Okay.
The ball.
Okay.
The bell, which is kind of diamond shaped.
The cloud.
The bone, which is kind of square shaped, and the boot.
Okay, the boot. Sure.
Yes. They come in 4 shapes. It sounds like they're fruit snacks.
Kind of feels like Arby's would get on McDonald's for appropriating the boot in their chicken McNuggets.
Arby's don't do that stuff no more. They barely talk about that they have a cowboy as their mascot.
Right.
Trust me, I used to work there.
Really? It's a Peter lore. Say that for a future episode.
No, I've told it many times.
Oh, really?
I still know their menu. If I got hired by them again, I'd probably be able to run that place still. I could make the food. I'm just really slow when it comes to stuff with food making, so I always said don't make. Anyways.
Don't work in fast food, right.
In 2013, the heaviest chicken nugget was made. The biggest chicken nugget, I guess. But how heavy did it weigh?
Let's see. I think it probably weighed about 14 metric chickens.
Can you convert that for me?
Yeah, no,
I know math in your head is hard.
Pounds. Let me figure it out. I'd say maybe 250 pounds.
51 pounds.
51. That is a fifth of what I thought it would be.
I should have put the how actual big, how much space it took up. I think it was 13 feet.
Wow, that's a lot of chickens.
Yeah. Gross.
Was it one like massive chicken?
A
they
chicken
got the
nugget.
from?
Oh yeah.
Or, okay.
Like they got a fossilized chicken.
Oh no way! Like a dinosaur.
Dinosaur
That's crazy.
chicken.
Apparently, like sorry.
That's fine.
Brief dinosaur segue. Dinosaur nuggets are also things. This is related.
I was actually trying to find a fact on dino nuggets just so I could bring up the word
Right.
dino nuggets. I'm not joking. Anyways, continue.
It is so wild to me that like velociraptors are like actually probably scientifically not like the Jurassic Park ones, but instead just massive mean turkeys.
Yeah.
You know? Insane in any case.
I've seen like people, like artists, do mock-up of like maybe all dinosaurs are like giant birds. Like all we have is the bones. We don't know how much like fat and stuff they had on their bodies.
Insanity.
And there is evidence now that like most dinosaurs actually had feathers of some sort. We already knew that they had genetic relations to chickens, but here we are. What is America's favorite chicken fast food place?
Chicken fast food place. I want to say Bojangles, but I know that's only Southern.
Yeah.
So it would have to be probably. Would it be KFC? Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
It's Chick-fil-A.
It is definitely Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
Chick-fil-A was not a thing up north, but it is like slowly creeping up the coastline.
Really?
I mean, they've been in New York for a bit, but like, yeah, they've been coming up north. This one, I don't know if you'll know. I don't think she's listening, but this is a shout out to an old co-host, Eris. Which controversial YouTuber famously made a video where she, in the title and in the video, claimed she felt like a chicken nugget?
I don't know.
This is legendary in certain circles of the internet. Trisha Paytas.
Trisha Paytas. That name means nothing to me, but I am glad that
Do you know who that is?
found herself. No.
Queen of controversy on YouTube.
Queen of controversy.
She's a terrible person, but she's also so funny. She hasn't been relevant in like a few like months, to be honest. I think since maybe March or April.
I'm glad that she has a day that's dedicated to her on November 13th. I'm happy for her. You know, national holidays for all our national heroes.
Eater.com ranked fast food chicken nugget sauces. What was their number one?
If it's not
I was shocked.
Spicy sriracha, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Where's that from?
Chick-fil-A. Woo.
It's not that.
Okay.
I'll give you another one.
Honey mustard?
No.
No?
The pure honey sauce from McDonald's.
Oh, I was close.
Have you tried that?
No.
Me neither. I don't know if that's...
Is it not honey mustard?
No, it's honey.
It's just straight up honey.
Honey.
That sounds really gross.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like a sweet and sour, so it's just like...
Sweet and sour is delicious, yeah.
Sweet.
But, like, I don't know, honey is just, I don't imagine myself being like, oh, chicken, let me dunk that in some bee nectar, you know?
It's weird that I can actually taste it.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Right. I'm not sure. I would be down to do a taste test on air if we could have food in the studio,
cannot.
which we cannot, especially not honey.
Please, yeah,
Right.
no way.
But, I don't know, maybe we have a field reporting day.
On the streets.
Right, we're figuring it out.
In June, a chicken nugget shaped like an Among Us character sold for how much money?
$400,000.
You're not far off. $100,000. Girl!
Wow.
Who bought that?
And did they eat it? Is my question.
Oh my God! Imagine. Sorry, I love that idea of someone like who with way too much money buying that and eating it like on a live
That would be
stream, just being like,
so funny.
Among Us.
Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. With 18 million retweets, the most retweeted tweet was from a user requesting free chicken nuggets for a year from which fast food place?
I remember this. It was Wendy's, right?
Correct.
Yeah. That was awesome.
You got one correct.
That's a good memory. And we missed the Twitter update, even though it's Twitter update.
But,
like
I mean,
4
that's not a
years
Twitter
ago.
update. Yeah.
Right.
It was like 3 years ago.
Twitter redate. Twitter dated. Twitter dated this this is dated information. Anyway.
Why would 18 million retweets?
That's a lot.
Listen, I do not. It's the hipster in me, but I hate those trends. I didn't follow the world egg or the like.
You didn't like the egg?
No. I'm sorry.
The egg was a cultural moment. That was awesome.
I get upset when people do stupid things for attention because that's my shtick.
Right.
Don't come for me. I want attention for doing nothing.
I like to support people who manage to garner that much by doing the least, you know? I think that's awesome. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the egg. If you guys remember that on air, y'all, there was an Instagram post where someone just posted a picture of an egg, and it managed to become the most liked Instagram post in Instagram history. It was amazing. It was awesome.
I'm literally, I'm just.
You're just not here for it.
I'm not here for it. I'm sorry. Just. Social media can be kind of stupid to me, anyways. And trust me, I am a walking, talking example of the dangers of social media. Trust me. I like social media. I know you deleted yours.
I did, yeah, because I also had a pretty solid relationship with it, where I was like, I need to put some distance between myself and social media for a while.
I use Instagram for looking at the Discover page.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, occasionally I'll be like, oh yeah, I follow people. Oh yeah, I follow people on Instagram.
I know, it's getting into that death scroll, though, where I'm just like, I could have spent that 15 minutes making myself a sandwich, you know? Like, I don't know.
I don't take care of myself. So I'm not exactly. I am, like I said, I am a victim of social media. suing Instagram for being too addicting, or Twitter, even though I don't. I mean, yeah, I get all my news from Twitter because, again, I'm not a good person to like speak on like. This is where, like, we have a class. we have a media class, an internet media class, and like, sure. I'm like, yeah, I'm not ashamed. Maybe I'm a little ashamed to admit like how I get most of my news is from Twitter. Like, we'll talk about the news and stuff, and it's just I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it, but I wouldn't classify myself as the most educated like.
That's okay. We need some scandal and sensation in addition to our New York Times.
Not even that. I mean, me and Ben were talking during one of the breaks about some news that actual pressing news that, and I hadn't seen. We were looking. It wasn't even trending on Twitter yet. It's just because he follows a certain account, and it's something that should be trending, stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. I just wouldn't consider myself a responsibly informed individual otherwise.
Well, part of the trouble I feel like with finding news like that nowadays is that you really have to pay for it. Like, the great thing about Twitter is it's free. You know, like you can find all the information you want to on Twitter totally free. It costs like New York Times, as much as I'd love to support it, charges a subscription fee. You know, like you have a limited number of free articles. They're like, hey man, sorry, you really need to give us money to continue reading our news, which I guess is how capitalism works and how the news should work and used to. You had to buy newspapers. But yeah, I don't know. It's in this day and age, it's like I could look on Twitter for 20 seconds and find everything that's going on in the world, or I could, spend a couple bucks and read the New York Times,
And I'm not gonna do that, especially because like and on Twitter, like you could follow an account with like specialized news, and you're not gonna be able to do that with like the New York Times.
Right.
You get all this clutter that you won't read, and I mean, welcome to the world where like the internet especially has made things so streamlined, and sure that has its downsides, but I don't know. I mean, I'm the type of person, like, I follow specifically an account. I follow 2 accounts, technically, on covering LGBT people in pro sports. And where would I find that information otherwise? Like, that's really niche stuff.
Very true. I guess it used to be in magazines and whatnot,
But it'd be like, such and such scandal did such and such this.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, sure, it's awesome. Like, major news headlines will cover, like, Luke Prokop coming out of the closet. But they won't cover, like this really interesting story about this 17-year-old kid who plays high school football and his like very interesting experience coming out of the closet. It was so really cool to read.
Right.
But nobody would want to read. I'm like, I know that's super niche stuff and no one wants to read that besides probably me. Like that account doesn't have a lot of followers because of it.
But that account does exist for you to follow, which is awesome.
Period.
And shout out to the internet, as much as it can be a trouble sometimes, as much as it can be a danger sometimes. We do appreciate what it does for us.
Their Twitter account was really disrespectful though. Actually, I will end on this because it's annoying. Because I feel like just because I'm qualified in this and I want to do a small rant. There's a Twitter account. It's the same person. It's the same account, but on the Instagram it's way better. They keep doing this like thing, and it actually is disrespectful towards me. There is the Raiders guy who came out of the closet, Carl Nassib. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
So he's the first openly gay man to play in the NFL. While being openly gay.
That's incredible.
Really cool, awesome. Like, and this is my bread and butter. And he's like a really private person. Like, he doesn't really talk much about his personal life. He only just kind of revealed he was dating someone, but he didn't really want to become like the spokesperson.
Sure.
So there's there's an old sports thing that why people didn't want players coming out of the closet would be like it's a distraction to players. But like 90% of people don't say that anymore.
Right.
Even people who don't like gay people don't say that anymore because they know it's a stupid rule or a stupid thing to say. There's just this this one account. It's the same account, and they just keep re-saying like as like this smug joke, like Carl Nassib distracts the opposing team. I'm just like, yo, I see what you're doing, but it just comes off as like a personal. I'm like, who is the writer of this article? Because I feel like they were personally offended by like, which is fine. It was a super disrespectful thing to say, but it's just like no one is saying that anymore. It's just. There's so many other things to get upset about within that sphere, and it makes me really upset because it's like, especially the one guy who said like, I don't want to be defined by this. Like he recognizes how important it is. It makes me upset because it takes a lot of it took a lot of progress to make it to that, and
letting things go and moving on to new issues is very important.
There's so much stuff we still have to do in that sphere with pro sports. It just is like that's where you choose whatever. Well, we have 20 seconds left. Pruitt, what do we want to say for the morning app?
Let's see. I hope that all of our listeners out there are finding their own pro sports to be pros at, and we appreciate you tuning in. You guys are pros at listening to the morning app.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Wednesday, it'll be Pruitt, Emma, and Ben and I, so we'll have a stacked cast.
Awesome. Epic crossover event part 2.
It won't be, no, it's not crossover.
It's crossover for me.
We're all binding together.
All the Avengers are assembling.
Yeah.
Here on the morning
The
app.
WASU Avengers, please.
Have a great one, guys.
Have a great one, yes.